Just remember, FPL is tough, but you are tougher. Hi guys, I'm FPL Infria and welcome back to the home of FPL videos. So this is it, the final game week. What a roller coaster we have been on this season, and I couldn't have done it without my Nim fam. Let's take a look at how I got on in the penultimate game week of the season before moving on to discussing my final game week 38 plans. Pickford managed, rather surprisingly, to keep a clean sheet this game week, which I thought was almost impossible for Everton at home. Can't complain though, cheers Jordan for that. Dallas was part of my -4 this week. Thankfully he got a clean sheet, but it could have been so much more. He had a plethora of chances. I mean, it's just crazy what his points could have been. Still, I wanted him for the final game week, so happy to take the 5 points and move on. Trent also helped me with his clean sheet, but after Phillips' performance last night, it can leave you thinking, why am I paying the extra money for Trent when this budget option is available? Shaw has been a real letdown since I got him on my wildcard. I've had a total of 3 points from him in 5 game weeks, and I don't think he's even going to start in game week 38. He'll be up there with my worst buy of the season, for sure. For sure. My midfield was terrible, a real letdown. Greenwood was the second part of that -4 this week. I was terrified not owning a United attacker, and I needn't have panicked. Whilst it was a tough watch not owning Bruno, that goal really shouldn't have stood. Really frustrating that he got the assist when he never even touched the ball, and that Greenwood blanked when it was him I went for in my team. Really happy he started, but really frustrated that he didn't get me something. I was scared Salah was going to hurt me after not captaining him. Instead, I think he decided to have the week off chasing the Golden Boot along with Harry Kane. So I think actually in the end it probably worked out in my favour, although the points would have been nice. I think so many people captained him that it just would have hurt my rank. So take the 3 points, I guess. Son was another blank in my team. He's fallen off of a cliff after me keeping him for that goal in my wildcard. Maybe getting Bruno for him last game week was the way to go. Rafinha could have had a number of goals and assists. If Dallas had finished his dinner from Rafinha's cross, I could have been on monster points now. Alas, that is the story of my season. Moving on to my forwards, Kane. Wow, Kane, what a disappointment he was. Did not look bothered to be there at all. Woke up a little bit in the last 10 to 15 minutes when Bale came on, but it was too late then. He really didn't look like a man hungry for the Golden Boot at all. Real shame. Captaincy blank, absolute nightmare, and a sealed red arrow basically at this stage in the season. Not good at all. However, Watkins, Ollie Watkins, what a great goal from him, and he should have had so much more. I mean, he had loads of chances. Happy to take his points and move on, definitely. DCL, on the other hand, though, has been bad really for me. Only the 1 return since I got him in the double game week. He did have a chance where he did almost score. It was a great save, but expected just so much more from him and these fixtures. That means my 3 top scorers for game week 37 are, and I'm going to have to look around and search for these because I can hardly call them top scorers. Surprised me, Mr. Pickford. The Life and Times of Owning Trent, and Oi Ollie Watkins. That means I finished with 44 points, so 40 points of my -4, and a red arrow of around 40k. I'm now in danger of slipping back out of the 200k, which has kind of been a bit of a target for me since I've had a really bad season, so this is really disappointing, and it's probably likely to happen as well, especially if I end up hitting this game week, which looks, inevitable. Sad times. Feel so disappointed after working so hard to pull myself up to this rank after the season I've had. It could have been a little better if I had left Greenwood alone and not brought him in and played Yes Indeedy for his assist and 6 points, but you know what, Indeedy's returns are so rare and I was kind of chasing plus covering some mini league rivals too. Looking ahead to the final game week 38, and this is how I'm currently lining up. I'm going to be honest with you guys, looking at this team, I am less than excited about the final game week. I've got 2 keepers that have fixtures. I'm not convinced that Shaw and Greenwood start when United have the Europa League final just a couple of days later. And I'm not mad keen on Konsa or Holgate playing in place of Shaw, given that they have tough fixtures and Holgate seems a rotation risk now. This is also the same for my forward line with DCL and Ollie. Joys of having as many Aston Villa and Everton players that I do. You know, great possibly over the double, but unfortunately not so great in the last game week of the season with these tough fixtures. Now, I'm not particularly keen to take another -4, but it looks kind of inevitable. Initial thoughts are moving DCL and Ollie onto one of Bamford, Antonio, Wood or Nacho. Firmino would be a lot of fun, but it would be mad punty. Then again, I do love a bit of a punt. Or after Ollie doing quite well against Tottenham, I could just move one of them on and getting a more attacking midfielder for Ndidi with my 7.1 in the bank. So Lingard, Willock or Benrahma could be a bit of a shout. I probably then would be waiting to find out, see if we've got some team news, some early team news as to whether I played Ollie Watkins or Greenwood then. So yeah, you know, I'll have to think about that one because I'd have 5 decent attackers and 3 decent forwards to choose between. That said, Spurs were so bad. Is it finally time to sell Son? Is it finally time to get rid of him? I mean, to be honest with you guys, he always punishes me when I sell him, but Spurs just looked incredibly bad and I've got so much money tied up in him. I wouldn't really know what to do with the extra cash, to be honest. Like, I made a bit of a joke the other day with somebody that I'll sell Kane and Son this week and buy Benteke and Willock, and I'll just save the cash in the bank until next season. You know, it's been that kind of season. So yeah, maybe it could be time to get rid of him. Something to think about. I haven't really settled on my choices. I wanted to get video out for you guys so you could have an idea of my musings, of my thinkings, possibly this game week, but I haven't really settled. Plus, my mini league rivals could be watching, so I can't give too much away. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. As always, you know I love hearing from you guys. And if you have enjoyed my content this season, please, please, please do subscribe and hit that notification bell because it really means a lot to us content creators and it doesn't cost you anything. Thanks, guys. And at the moment, my captaincy is between Salah and Kane. Surely they have to go for it with the golden boot on the line. Kane's record against Leicester is amazing. He didn't look right on Wednesday, I have to admit, but surely if you want some move, signing off with the golden boot would definitely help with that. And Salah, well, Liverpool are fighting for something too. I have to go with my gut on this and I need to figure out what that is. I really do have to go with my gut because otherwise I'll end up regretting it. I'm not really ruling out a rogue punt this game week for captaincy. Love a bit of a punt on the final game week. Like going a bit batshizle in the final game week of the season. I usually have a tip or two to spend in this game week, but I've used them all up this season, so maybe a rogue captaincy punt might be the way to go instead. Watch this space. Again, just a reminder that I gave my player considerations to the FPL Wildcats a few weeks ago for these last few game weeks, and the link is in the description below if you want to see that video. And lastly, moving on to the trending transfers for the last time this season, let's take a look at the players in and out ahead of game week 38. Of the goalkeepers, Alisson is the trendiest goalkeeper in with 25,000+ purchases of the time of recording. Meslier is the next highest goalkeeper in despite not playing this game week with over 12,000 buys. Martinez is the most transferred out goalkeeper with 17,000+ sales. The next highest out is Pope due to his injury with 10,000+ managers selling on the Burnley man. Of the defenders, Cancelo is leading the way out after his suspension with 95,000+ sales. Diaz is the second most sold defender this week with over 24,000 managers selling on the City defender. Trent is the trendiest defender in this game week with 43,000+ purchases. Dallas is the second most bought defender with over 39,000 buys. In midfield, Salah is the trendiest midfielder in this week with 55,000+ buys. Harrison is the second most transferred in with over 39,000 purchases. Jota is the most switched out midfielder this week with 63,000+ sales. Gundogan is the next highest midfielder sold this week with over 47,000 managers selling on the Manchester City man. Up front, Calvert-Lewin is the trendiest forward out this week with 62,000+ managers moving on the Everton man. Kane is the second most sold forward this week with over 39,000 sales after his blank in game week 37. Bamford is still the front runner in the forwards category this week with 69,000 purchases. He is joined by Wood with 33,000+ buys. And that's it, you guys. Thanks for watching. Lots of luck for the final game week 38. I'll likely do some sort of video or live stream next week to wrap up my season and announce my mini league winners. Please though, before you go, don't forget to check out the sponsors of this video, fantasyfootballfix.com, and please don't forget to like, share and subscribe and hit that notification bell. Until next time, Nymphria out.